Hello, everybody. I'm Noemi Banchi, and we are broadcasting from Valley Heights in New South Wales, Australia. And we are going to talk about affirmation. Well, why? Because we are studying this book, Unveiled Mysteries. But this book was written by Guy Ballard, as well known as Godfrey Ray King. And he learned all this teaching, all this instruction from Saint Germain's, and this is the current terminology. We cannot say that I am teaching, because teachers, facilitators, as we call in metaphysics, we don't teach. This is old-fashioned, because nobody can teach anything. What people do is learning. So people learn. So all this information Guy Ballard learned by listening and by the experience that he had with Saint Germain. And this is what we are studying together. So, Guy Ballard is on the right hand side, left hand side is Saint Germain. By the way, this is Saint Germain's real photo. Because the masters, the ascended masters, or in this case, Master Saint Germain, is not a ghost. He is a being who developed a lot of skills, and he ascended. Ascended means that he is free from reincarnations, from the wheel of incarnation. Okay, so Saint Germain says, when an individual sincerely uses affirmation, he brings about a full acceptance of the truth of whatever he affirms. We could say nowadays he or she, but this was written in 1930, so that is why it says here. For its use is but to focus the attention of the utter mind so steadily upon the truth that he or she accepts it fully in his or her feelings, because feeling is the actual God energy released, which manifests the truth affirmed. In other words, people can say, expressions like, I'm so tired, I cannot walk anymore. But they still can walk. It's because they say that, but they don't really mean that. They don't feel that. They say they use part of the energy, but they don't really feel that they cannot walk anymore. If they really feel they cannot walk, they don't move. They cannot move any longer. So Saint Germain says, what you think and feel, you bring into form. And you have power in your words. So don't speak what you don't really mean. Because if you say something like, something negative and then you see it, then, and this is a good example with parents. Parents with their kids, especially when they're a toddler, 3-4 years old. The kid, for example, is playing, so the parent says, if you continue doing that, you are going to fall. If you continue if you're doing that, you are going to fall. Let's say, for example, they are on a chair. So what happened then? They fall. So the reaction of the father is, apart from running and pick them up, is, I told you you are going to fall. That is your power. Especially parents have a lot of power over kids, their kids, because of that relationship. So, and with yourself as well. So what you think and feel, you bring into form. Where your thought is, there you are. And that is the explanation for you are not allowed to talk on the phone when you're driving, because you are not focused on what you are doing. You are just answering the call or sending a message. So you need to focus on what you are doing driving. So where your thought is, there you are. For you are your consciousness. You are your consciousness. You are not your body. You are not what you think you are. You are not what you feel you are. You are your consciousness. And what you meditate upon, you become. Successful people and unsuccessful people, they just think differently. I always wonder why, entrepreneur, very, presidents or prime ministers and CEO, why are they? Why are they in that place? And if you listen to them, then you realize that most of the time, they are very positive. They know what they want. They work very hard to get what they want. And this is what they do, is what you meditate upon, you become. The vast majority of humanity, they don't realize that they meditate every single day. But they meditate in different things. They are focused on football, fashion, or sport, or the news. And as long as you pay attention to something, that you are meditating. That is the principle. So we need to really understand this to work with this in our favor. So the causation quadrant, which is created by Ruben Cedeño, is the combination of 4 powers. The powers that you have and you use every single minute. Your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions. And is here, your thoughts are the cause of your words. Or it should be, at least. You should say something, and before saying that, you should have thought. Then your feelings. Well, your feelings became actions. That is so for example, you are at home and you feel, oh, I feel like a cheeseburger. And then you go to the shop and buy a cheeseburger and then you eat it. Or I feel like a big ice cream. You go to the shop and take and have one. So that is your feelings that move you to drive to the shop or delivery or whatever you want to do, because what you think, what you feel, your words and your actions all combined, these three powers that you have, you determine your life. So why are you suffering, or why you are upset, or why you have bad experiences? Well, that is because you are not using your causation quadrant in your favor. And instead of being positive, you are just thinking like something wrong will happen and you're afraid that this happened, and then you use your words, you talk about it, and then that happened. Someone was the other day talking about a robbery, and that then they happened to them. So what you don't want to happen to you, don't talk about it. You don't want to get sick, don't talk about illness. And how does it work? Well, that is the explanation. So we use, okay, if we go back to this quadrant of causation, we see that we are able to move our hands. So for example, if I move my hand, what did I do first? I thought. So my thought, in communication with my muscle, my bones, and etc., they moved my hand. All that, only my thought and the willingness to do it. Well, let me tell you that in science, when someone is thinking of doing an action, this in the MRI image, the same area in the brain is activated in the same way as they in fact do the action. So for your brain, it doesn't matter if you do or if you think. For your brain, it's exactly the same. And my question is, and this is where the science haven't get that point yet, they might get it eventually. Where is that energy that allow us to think? Where is it come from? Where is it? Well, that energy is coming from our inner self. Our inner self, which is composed of the I am presence, called I am presence, this electronic body, and the consciousness. So the being, or the I am presence, the consciousness, and the personality. So personality is composed, your personality is composed of your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and your actions. So you can move, you can feel, you can think, because a lot of energy is coming through your inner self. So through your I am, to you all the time, constantly, even when you are sleeping. So that energy comes from your I am presence. The I am presence is the source. And that energy, let's say at this level, this is a representation. This is an image in 2 dimensions. So this is not like high or below, but just to understand. Well, this energy is coming immaculate. It's not good nor bad. It's not white or black. It's pure. It's pristine. It's like water. Like water. I don't know if you can see. That is transparent. Water is not white or black. It's transparent. So that is the energy. So you use that energy every time you move energy, with your thoughts, with your feelings, with your words, or with your actions. Constantly. And at some point, we need to stop. Because what we were doing or what we were saying, it became a habit, and that habit is negative. Let's say, for example, the habit of saying, I am poor, or I'm not healthy, I'm sick. So with those qualifications of energy, let's call, we are going to say this: you have no power over me. This is an affirmation. And interestingly, I was researching on the dictionary, and the synonym of affirmation or affirm is a protest. Interesting, because we are protesting against negative thoughts. So you have no power over me. You're going to do like this, and use your, remember what we say, the causation quadrant: thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. So we are going to say, you have no power over me. But saying is not enough. You need to believe. So you have no power over me. Inflation. You have no power over me. With the monster of mortgage. You have no power over me. Monster of illness. You have no power over me. You know what? We don't say the condition name. We don't say the words. So, because we are now talking about this, I'm just going to be very clear. We don't say cancer, we don't say arthritis, we don't say diabetes, we don't say hypertension. We say appearance. Why? Because that doesn't exist. You do not exist. You take the pill like the doctor gave you, to every single time that the doctor told you to do, but every time you say to that condition, you say, you don't exist. You take the pill. I take all the power away. So you can choose either 3 of them, 1 of them, 2 of them, whatever you feel like. You have no power over me. You do not exist. Or I take all the power away. Or either, the 3 of them. Let's do it. You have no power over me. You do not exist. I take all the power away. And firm. It's not like, you have no power over me. Now, what is that? We need to be strong. When someone, if you listen to a singer singing a song, you don't hear them, I can buy myself flower. No, you hear them, very strong, powerful, moving the scenario, performing a very good show. That is you. You have to use that power. And we need to use our power, or you don't need it actually. It's there, constantly there, and you use it if you want to. is your desire. So we reject what you don't want, but we need to say something else. And the opposite. So when we say, for example, you are afraid, okay, you said, you have no power over me. I am protected. Also, for example, if you have an exam and you feel you are you're not smart. Let's say, for example, you feel like you're not smart. Well, you say, okay, you have no power over me. To yourself, to your thought. I am intelligent. Or, remember when we say that is the causation quadrant, the four things? Well, I am inclusive. I am inclusive is not just saying I am inclusive, is being inclusive. Inclusive with people who might not think the same as you, they might not have the same political ideas, they might not have the same religion, they might not have the same interests, but at the same time, you respect them. You are inclusive. So I am inclusive is not just saying I am inclusive, is acting. Acting. If you go to I don't know what can you do to a country and the fashion is to wear a hat, you put a hat. So you are one with it. You are inclusive. You are sharing. If you go to a country where they eat with the hand, you do the same, and so on. I am beautiful. And as we say, examples. I am beautiful. Yes. You say that. You feel that. What do? Do you put joggy pants and the old t-shirt which has a very hole underneath your armpit, but you said, nobody see it. It's okay. I'm going to wear it. It's my favorite. This is from 1998. No. Wrong. I am beautiful means, and there's a saying, as they see you, they treat you. As they see you, they treat you. Which means you dress up yourself, you make up yourself, you shave yourself if you're a man. Well, just to be treated nice. That's it. Simple. I am healthy. Remember what we say about the appearance? This is an appearance of any condition. You, with your exercise, all the medical treatments, I am healthy. Thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. Doing your exercises, taking your medication, feeling, getting up and think, I am healthy. Every time you take the medication, I am healthy. I am prosperous. I am forgiveness. You always have something you need to forgive. Something or someone. Could be someone else that you think they harmed you. Can be yourself. Forgive yourself for something you have done. Or you might need to ask someone for forgiveness. Well, I am forgiveness. Remember, words, feelings, words and actions. What happened with forgiveness, the same as with the others, is that it happened And Saint Germain explains this very well. The emotion will come, the feeling will come. People say, I'm not hypocrite. I'm not going to say forgive you if I don't feel it. Well, let me tell you, that is the other way around. Your thoughts command your feelings. The more you say I forgive you, or I forgive myself, or so I'm sorry, the more you feel. Saint Germain says, the continued use of affirmation brings one to the point where he has such a deep realization of the truth in anything he affirms that he is no longer conscious of it as an affirmation. And this is very interesting. It's not interesting, but you see this in translation. When you speak or you need to translate into another language, you cannot use the exact words. And if you have traveled and you notice that when you go to another country that they don't speak English, they speak German, Italian, French, Japanese, Spanish, whatever, Arabic, I don't know, you cannot translate literally the words. You need to translate the meaning. For that reason, the IT, the artificial intelligence, doesn't work with translation. Because we translate the words by the meaning, not the words. And this is what Saint Germain says here. Is yes, you say the words for example, in terms of forgiveness, I forgive you. But the more you repeat, the more you feel you are, the forgiveness. And then the words, they just are extra because you realize that forgiveness. You are forgiveness. One uses an affirmation, mantra, or prayer because he desires something made manifest. Right desire is the deepest form of prayer. Thus, by the use of affirmation, the student raises his outer self into the full acceptance of its truth and generates the feeling by which it becomes a thing manifest. In this deep acceptance comes the manifestation, for through concentration, the spoken word begins to cause instantaneous activity. And the magic word is thank you, Father. Thank you, Father is the expression, and it says here, once you thank someone when you receive a gift. Well, when you say thank you, Father, you are accepting, you are realizing that this is done, even though you haven't seen yet. But you don't have to, because your feeling is so strong that you know that it is done. You need to take an exam. And I give you my example. The other day, I had an exam. But before my exam, I just focused that I was doing my exam, and I was feeling that yes, I saw the the past already, and I feel that I imagine myself, so I use all my sense almost to think, to believe that I already passed. Ask me what happened. I passed the exam. And of course, you use the four things. You use your thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. Means I prepared myself before the exam. Yes, I did. But the exercise of feeling and staying or thinking of feeling is the feeling that the acceptance that this is already happened. Thank you, Father. That is a magic word. This happened Remember when we said that Guy Ballard met Saint-Germain in 1930 in Mount Shasta, California? Well, this is the room of the hotel, MacLeod. And I don't know if it's a little one, but you can see a photo of Guy Ballard here on the wall. Is in the room that, and this story that you're going to see happened in one of these windows. So what happened in one of these windows? Let's see. On the window's sill stood a snow white dove, like you are seeing there, with a tiny card in its mouth. I stepped to the window, Guy Ballard said, and opened it. The dove walked in and stood calmly waiting. I took the card and read the message. Be at our meeting place at 7 in the morning. Saint-Germain. And, well, here we have a few things to talk about. First of all, be with your eyes open. So look at what Guy Ballard received, a letter from a dove. So you need to be, you imagine if he was thinking of, oh, what I'm going to cook now, even if he was in a hotel, no, but he's not going to cook. But, oh, what I'm going to have for dinner. And then the tiny dove was, calling in the window and he couldn't see it. So he was aware of where he was and with his eyes open. The other thing is be at our meeting place at 7 in the morning. And this is about being on time. As you see, metaphysics activity starts always on time. Be on time. If you have a meeting, being on time. If you have a gathering, wherever you go, be on time. This is what, for respect to others, respect, what else? Education and educated people. Educated people are on time. They are not, I see this very often. People who are busier are more punctual than others. So Sandra, this is Guy Ballard. I put the card away carefully, hoping it would remain. But the next morning, as I looked for it before starting on my hike, it had been dissolved. So he was in the hotel, in that room, and then he needed to go to the mountain to meet Saint-Germain at 7 a.m. So for that reason he went for a hike. The golden card on which the first message was written had lapsed into the third day, for I looked at it several times, hoping I could keep it permanently. When I found it had been returned to the universal, my heart sank. So great was my disappointment. And I like the way that Guy Ballard expressed his feelings, because so many people have these feelings that they feel disappointed, they feel that things will last forever, and they don't. They are worn out, and then you need to throw them away. So in this case, the learning from this story is, and let's talk about examples. A car. You have a car, a beautiful car, the car of your dreams, but one day that car is old and is not working properly, and you need to sell it. Well, in that moment when you need to sell it, don't feel sad. Don't be sad. You change the car with for another, which is always we change for something better. A car. What else? Clothes. We change more often clothes than cars. Clothes that they are worn out, they don't have the color, they are old-fashioned, there's a hole in the clothes, okay, we need to or give them away or throw them away. So we are not to suffer. We are going to give it to someone else or to the rubbish bin, and we are going to buy something new. That's all. So far, like so good. What happened with your partner? When your partner left you, what happened? Are you going to suffer? No, 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 no. Like the lyric of Flowers of Miles Syrup? I don't know what's her name, I forgot. You might meet someone else. Or you can be alone. You can enjoy your lonely. Learn to be with yourself. What else? What if we need to, because life presents a situation that we need to say goodbye to someone forever, like because they passed away. Your mom, your dad, your uncle, a friend. Well, you say goodbye to them. You are sad because you feel that it's your selfishness, that you are not going to see them again. But you cry. It's okay. You know the expression better outside than inside from Shrek? Okay. You cry all as much as you want. There is Argentinian actress who says, if you want to cry, cry. Thinking that you know that they are alive. When you cry all as much as you want, but then you think, I know they are alive, they are okay. So that is the learning from that story. Slenderman says, in ages past, humanity manifested perfection in every way. This form or condition of the race has been chronicled by historians as the Garden of Eden, or Eden, meaning divine wisdom, as the conscious attention or the other activity of the mind was allowed to rest upon the world of the physical senses. The divine wisdom, the all-knowing activity of consciousness, became clouded or covered over, and the cosmic divine plan of the individual's life became submerged. Perfection and conscious control by mankind over all form was hidden and forgotten along with it. Man, Sandermans continues, man created his own experiences of lack, limitation, and discord of every kind. He identified himself with the part instead of the whole, and of course, imperfection was the result. And this is why we say, we don't say the name of the condition, we say the appearance. The truth is, we identify ourselves with life. Our source, the I am presence, is life. All mankind's limitation is the result of the individual's own misuse of the God attribute of free will. He compels himself to live within his own creations until, by the direct volition of the outer activity of his mind, he again consciously looks back to his royal beginning, God, the great source of all. God, when we say God, we mean life. God means life. God is not what different religions explain about God. God is life, the law, the royal beginning, your inner self, the I am presence, which is represented what we saw the image. If we go back, this one. This is the representation of I am presence, or God. But God, maybe people think something different. You can say life, the source of everything. So that's it. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye for now.